Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop, and last night I was shooting the telescope at NGC 891. I wanted to get a nice clean view of the Silver Sliver Galaxy, and to my amazement, I was simply amazed at what I found beyond that galaxy. Welcome to Heavenly Backyard Astronomy. Last night I was expecting at least an hour of clear skies, but the sky remained clear throughout the evening hours and nighttime hours, and I ended up with 5 hours of data. I was taking 5-minute subs at 139 gain, which is the unity gain for this camera on the telescope. Now the telescope again is the Eon 130 millimeter with a focal length of 910 millimeters, but I have the 0.8 reducer on the scope itself, and that brings the focal length down and gives me a wider field of view. So the camera that I used was the ZWO ASI 071 MC Pro, and with that I had a UV IR filter in place. So what was I actually trying to look at? Let's take a look at it through stellarium. It's a very narrow portion of the sky. And looking at the character view, there you have Perseus with Medusa, there's Andromeda, the princess, and Cassiopeia, the lady in the chair. But right here between Andromeda and Perseus, you do have the area where I have the telescope pointing. This is NGC 891. So let's zoom in on that, and I can do that. And there you can see the galaxy right there in the center of the screen now. And looking at the camera angle that I have for my system here, there you have what you see, what I'm going to be getting with the ZWO ASI 071 camera with the camera sensor and so forth. And you don't see many galaxies in there other than the Silver Sliver Galaxy. And looking at a little bit closer view from stellarium, there you can see what I'm after. But I was amazed at what I saw when I looked at the imagery after I processed it from the Eon from last night. Let's take a look at that. The telescope is connected with a Windows 10 Pro computer. It's located right underneath the base of the telescope itself. It has 4 USB ports, and I connect the camera, the guide scope, the focuser, and the mount itself. It's the Skywatcher EQ6R Pro, and all that is ingested into this computer, and then this computer is Wi-Fi'd into my main computer upstairs in my office, and that's where I can control everything through remote desktop. So let's take a look. So let's go to Nina and check out the framing. So go to the Sky Atlas. I'm going to go to NGC 891, set for Framing Assistant. And there you have the galaxy right there, the Silver Sliver Galaxy. But I noticed something off to the lower left of this galaxy, and that's called Abell 347. So let's go back to Sky Atlas and type that in, ABELL 347. And let's take a closer look at what this is. And looking at it from the perspective of Nina, there I have the Silver Sliver Galaxy 891. But over here is this cluster of something. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And to my amazement, these are a lot of, looks like distant galaxies. And I did a little research on this, and I found out that some of these galaxies I'm seeing here are between 150 to 250 million light years away. But then after I've processed the imagery through the Eon telescope of the 5-hour exposure that I took during the night, I found some of these galaxies in the distance, perhaps up to 500 million light years away. I'm amazed. Let's take a look at the imagery, the final processing from that. Here's the final picture I took, and it looks like a lot of stars among the Silver Sliver Galaxy. And the galaxy itself is about 250 billion stars located about 30 million light years away. they say this is very similar to what our own Milky Way galaxy would look like if we were way out in space looking back at it edge on. And our own Milky Way galaxy also has about 250 billion stars. Now, looking at the area of Abel 347, that's this region right in here. And I suspect there are a few galaxies in there. And as a matter of fact, if I zoom in, I can see some of these galaxies floating around. And some of these galaxies are about 100 to 150 million to 250 million light years away. But with a closer inspection, I was able to discern the galaxies themselves. And looking at this view here, there you can see I pinpointed all the different galaxies that I could find. And zooming in on here, you can see they're very faint, but they're very, very real and very there. There, for example, that one there has to be well over 250 million light years away. And that one there, again, about, it might be 500 million light years away, but it's a galaxy nonetheless. And then we have even more of these galaxies, some closer galaxies, some distant galaxies, of course, nearby stars. All the stars that you see in the picture are from our own Milky Way galaxy. The other objects are actually galaxies at a farther distance. Now, looking at a total view of all the different galaxies, look at them. They're all over the place. I counted about 135 galaxies in this one narrow view alone. Now, let's do a little mathematics. If you assume, and this is a very low assumption, that the average number of stars per galaxy that we're seeing here is about 250 billion, similar to the Silver Sliver and our own Milky Way. Now, if you assume that all these galaxies have about 250 billion stars, you know, some actually have more. Some have up to 1 trillion stars. The Andromeda Galaxy, I believe, has about 1 trillion stars in it. So, you know, there's other galaxies that have much more, but assuming that 250, let's multiply that times 135, and I believe that comes out to be 33 trillion stars. Can you imagine that? 33 trillion stars. Well, the question has to arise in your mind, could any of these stars support intelligent life? That is the $64,000 question. So what do you think? There are so many galaxies out there, and this was just a very narrow view of the sky. And with that, I counted over 130 galaxies in that small, narrow portion of the sky. Can there be additional life out there other than what we have here on Earth? Who knows? Even if there is, we'll really never know, because the distance is so vast, we could never travel there, and they could never travel here. You cannot do warp speed. I'll tell you that right now. You cannot do warp speed like in Star Trek, even though it's fun to watch. So I want to know what you think. Is the Earth the only place that supports intelligent life? Or are there other planets out there in other galaxies, or even in our galaxies, but more so in other galaxies that support intelligent life? What do you think? Let me know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and remember, we just saw one right there. The heavens are filled with majestic glories, and they're all in a sky near you. And unless you need rain, clear skies, everyone.